think it's the 8th, Thursday the 8th, January. On our way to the gym. Got a push session coming up, a little bit of cardio, and I'm going to do my best to film some of it for today's YouTube video. I've been, over this past sort of week, been going over in my head the things that we're going to talk about on this channel, and today I want to just start by talking about me. Who am I? I'm no one special, no one important. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about, touch on some of my philosophies of life.
Hey, sorry to interject. Annoyingly, my mic kept dying today during the filming of this, so the video is going to cut in and out of overlaid speech like this and in the moment talking. So, sorry about that.
Almost at the gym, just about to fill up. As I'm sure you can tell from watching these videos, I'm not comfortable in front of a camera yet. We're still getting there. And also, I'm not very good at speaking what's in my mind. And that is not just a camera thing. That's a thing I've had for quite a while. And I think personally, one of the reasons for that is because I've spent a lot of time by myself not speaking out loud. So I've got inside of my head these beautiful sentences talking about the philosophies of Zeb, or just talking about the sadness or the joy, the ecstasy, or the brilliance that I find that life is. And I feel like I do have things that I want to say, but I struggle getting them out. It's like I start speaking and then the words disappear, or a wall appears in my brain. So these first few videos are definitely going to be noticeably shorter and rougher sounding as I work on getting better at vocalizing my points, you know? Yeah, anyway, I'll see you inside the gym. Pulling up to the gym. I'm going to do my warm-ups, do my movement prep, get myself ready, and then I'll meet you guys over by the bench. I got incline bench first. Fuck yeah. See you there in a second.
Hey there, guys. Annoyingly, the microphone did not record in the gym and for most of the journey home, which is a bit of a piss take, so we're going to have to do a little voiceover. Yeah. What was I talking about? It was philosophy and sort of my philosophy and my life and who I am. And it was just to start. Basically, what I was talking about is how I'm bad at talking about this sort of thing. Well, first of all, there is a lot of stuff that I want to talk about over the next many years that I do this, hopefully. But also, I'm not very good at talking about this sort of stuff. And this is due to the fact that, but I am very self-isolating in the fact that I do have a lot of mental health issues that I don't talk about with anyone. And now it has been so long of not talking about it with anyone, I've kind of lost the ability to talk about it. And so I want to get that back. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay. The philosophies of Zeb. And these are going to be videos that just go over the things I think, the highs and the lows, everything. As you know, I've recently started to film myself. These sort of changes came just before I started filming. I've started to really think about who I am, what kind of person I am, who I want to be. I just want to be real to myself and really let people know how I feel. You know, if someone hurts my feelings, I tell them instead of just being a bit annoyed at them and then never really opening up about it. That's stupid. And also being more confident in myself. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm not allowed to say certain problems I have or certain things because I feel like there are people that are going through much worse stuff than me. But I can tell people how I'm doing and who I am and who I want to be. And I have to say, especially since starting filming, I've really noticed actually a shift in both my mindset, but also the people that I've been talking to. I don't know, it's almost like when I get into a good headspace, I start meeting people. The energy you put out, the energy you receive, etc. Anyway, I got talking to some people in my gym. One of them was a PT. One of them was just a regular trainer there. But they were very important conversations for two reasons. First of all, they were both very individual conversations, talking about very different things. For instance, the PT, he started showing me his artwork. That was amazing. And the other person, the trainer, he was telling me his life story and about all the hardships that he'd been through and that sort of shit. And they were amazing conversations, these people opening up and showing me things about themselves that you'd never. I mean, this personal trainer is jacked, he's massive, and he does the most finely detailed, beautiful art you've ever seen. And there's this dad who's, again, jacked, looks strong, very funny. And he is also, you'd never expect it, but he's been going through so much shit. And what I took away from this, what the sort of shared amazingness of these conversations was, from the outside, looking at these people, I would have never have known these things, right? And learning these things didn't make me think any less of them or anything like that. In fact, I respected them way more. It's like, it surprised me, obviously, but it was a good surprise. It was like, oh, this is wonderful. This is amazing. And sometimes I need to, take a look at myself and be like, sometimes people might look at me and not expect certain things. And sometimes I look at myself and I think, well, I can't do that. I shouldn't do that. I'm not the right fit, etc., etc. It's time for me to stop. Every path has an embarrassing, cringy start. That's just a part of the process. And I need to get rid of this ego that I have about myself and who I am. And it's, we're just at the start. I can't say that I've just immediately got rid of it. There's definitely still ego in there. But it was amazing, These conversations have really helped start what should be a wonderful process. Yeah. And the next step will obviously be being more open with my closest friends and the people that are around me and surround me all the time, one step at a time. Anyway, I'll let and I promise next time there will be much more conversation and talking. Again, I'm new to this shit and I'm getting better at it. Okay.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.